How's it going, guys? This is Resolve, and today, after getting a couple tweets and a couple messages on YouTube, I am bringing you guys a class setup video. Today, I'm going to be starting off with Hardpoint. My role on whatever team I'm on, for those of you that don't know, is AR support / Slayer. So basically, I roam around the Hardpoint getting key kills that keep my team in the hill. So this first class is actually in case I end up needing to run the objective. Like, if we're down by 50 points and we're in the last minute of a game and my team gets the hill, I'll switch over to this class so I can get in the hill, stay in the hill, and make sure that my team gets the points that we need to get to close out the game. So this is probably one of my least used classes in this class set, actually, just because it's not very often that I have to do this, because I usually have at least two teammates that are playing the hill, getting kills inside the hill, while I'm outside the hill roaming, getting key kills as well. But on this class, I have my MSMC with Quick Draw and Extended Clip. A lot of people, the three most used attachments besides Quick Draw on the MSMC are probably Extended Clip, Laser Sight, and Long Barrel. I prefer Extended Clip just because Laser Sight, it helps a lot because when you're up close and personal, you have a tighter hit range so you can hip fire more, but I don't hip fire that much. Usually I start off with a couple shots of hip fire, jump, and then aim down my sights. So hip fire isn't that much of a key issue for me, so I wouldn't use Laser Sight as much. Long Barrel, I don't get in that many long-range gunfights just because of the way that I play when I run sub, especially when the only reason that I ever run this class is playing the hill. So when I'm playing the hill, I don't poke my head out to check and see who's coming. When they get in the hill, I get them out of the hill. So it's always close-range gunfights, so Long Barrel wouldn't help me as much either. And Extended Clip, it may only give me 10 shots, but that's 10 shots that I have on my opponent that they don't have on me. And that 10 bullets makes a world of difference when you're in a hardpoint trying to play the hill. My second class is an M8 class. I have Reflex Sight, Quick Draw Grip, and Primary Gunfighter with Stock as my third attachment. Sometimes I'll use FMJ instead of Quick Draw, but with this being my roaming class, usually I pick people off trying to get into the hardpoint, and usually when you're trying to break into a hardpoint, you're out in the open. So I don't have FMJ on this class, but I have a B23 as my secondary, the basic perk setup, lightweight, toughness, and dexterity, just to make it a little easier for me to roam around the hardpoint and get an angle on almost anybody trying to get in. And I actually have a black hat on this class because this is kind of an anti-sentry class. So if they have a sentry set up, 99% of the time, because this is in custom games, so if they have a sentry set up, their team's all over that. They have trophy systems lining that sentry gun. So I have a black hat instead of EMPs, and the black hat helps a lot more than you would think because you don't actually have to look at the sentry gun to take it out with the black hat. I don't have to tell you this, it's late in the game, you guys already know all this shit. And toughness, I didn't say this with my first class, but I feel like toughness is almost a necessity if you want to hit your shots. Like, some people don't need it, I don't see how that it can be, because if I'm not using toughness, I can't hit shit. But I'm going to move on to my third class here. It's almost the exact same class setup as my class 2, except instead of a black hat, I have a Simtex. This is the class that I use the most, just because when I'm roaming outside of a hill and the entire enemy team pushes that hill, like where I sit on raid, I'll sit, when it's on the kitchen hill, I'll sit on the palm tree and watch laundry, basketball courts, and the money jump up. So when I'm sitting there roaming back and forth between those three areas, if they push from mid-map, if three of them push and wipe out my entire team, I can't push in with my M8 or my B23 and kill all three. So I'll throw a sticky grenade in there, and then they'll have to back up, and that'll give me some space, maybe hurt one of them, take out one of them, and then that gives me the ability to go in and take out the others, and it also buys me some time so my teammates can catch up, get off respawn, come over to me, and then we can push in as a team, or they can even push in and I can keep my spot. So that Semtex helps me more than almost anything else on this class besides toughness and stock. When I use an assault rifle, I feel like stock is almost a necessity. You'll see stock and stock and reflex sight on every one of my assault rifle classes. That's a guarantee. But my fourth class here is an AN-94. The AN-94 actually got nerfed recently, but I still love the gun. It's still really effective just because it has the range. It's a really accurate weapon, but when you're up close and personal, it can win gunfights that the M8 can't win just because of the rate of fire. And if you didn't know, the first 2 shots of the AN-94 actually fire out faster than the rest of the clip. So sometimes when you're at distance, it helps if you burst fire it. You'll see, I've actually seen a couple people run select fire on it just so they can get the first shots out faster and burst it because it shoots faster like that. But when you're at distance, burst firing it, you fire faster and it's more accurate. Up close and personal, it's a lot easier to get kills against SMGs with the AN-94 than it is with the M8 unless you have the jump on them. But if I had to choose between the AN-94 and the M8, I would have to choose the M8 any day of the week. It's my favorite assault rifle in this game. But I still have this class just in case we're in a close range map like raid or standoff, but it has its long range points, and I would need an AR that has close and long range abilities. And this last class here is probably my least used class, to be completely honest. This is another one of those classes that is just in case I need to run the objective. I mainly have this class on for the hills that are almost impossible to break if the enemy team gets set up, like the Church Hill on Yemen, Top Grandma's house on Standoff, hills like that. I'm questioning my attachments on this, as you can see, are quick draw and long barrel, but I'm questioning the long barrel just because, like I said with my MSMC, how I play, I don't get in long range gunfights, especially with the Scorpion, because that's almost certain death. So right now, I'm actually going to change that to fast mag, so then I can, with how I get in close range gunfights, I can just switch clips in and out all day. And I actually have the smoke grenade and Semtex on this class, just like I do on my first class. I don't think I mentioned this, but I run dexterity and extreme conditioning and lightweight, so that gives me the ability to sprint to the next hill, sprint to the current hill off of respawn if I spawn out, and it allows me to keep fighting for the hard point as long as humanly possible. And I have the smoke and Semtex because every hard point in the game has 2 entrance points at least. So most of the time what I'll do is I'll smoke my entrance, like I'll hide somewhere, smoke the entrance, my side of the entrance to the hard point, I'll run in my side, and once I'm in, I'll throw my Semtex grenade at the other side of the hard point, because usually when there's 2 entrances to a hard point, both teams will push to a different entrance. It doesn't always happen like that, but most of the time it does. And when that does happen, it's easy to hide in the smoke, throw a Semtex, and get a couple lucky kills off of something blowing up, or even your Semtex killing somebody. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this video helped anybody out. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, comment on anything that you liked or didn't like. All criticism is welcome. It helps more than you guys even know. Follow me on Twitter. That link will be in the description as always. And until next time, guys, this has been Resolve. Peace.